Hey everyone, welcome back to the pod. This is Rich and Todd here.
Yeah, well, we're going to review the new Monuments album. We picked out a couple songs, and let's get into it.
Okay, here is Opiate and Plan. So right off the bat, they're just kind of straight into the intro here with, how do you say, kind of leads up into the next part.
It's like they're building that vibe first, and then they go into it.
Mm-hmm. Now they have a new singer now with the band, Andy Cizek, who replaced Chris Barretto. Forgive me if I said their last names wrong. I actually prefer Andy. He's got like more range to his voice, I guess you could say. Great cleans, and the screams are phenomenal. It's very reminiscent of Spencer Sotelo to me.
Like
just kind of the way that he can go in and out of his screams, and how clear his voice is, especially when he does the screams.
Yeah, definitely bigger.
Pretty aggressive little build up right there with that scream.
Yeah, that's clever. Little breakdown there.
Mm-hmm. I like how they kind of mix in with the vocals and the guitar at the same time there. His voice and the rhythm really mesh well.
Yeah.
Transition was clean.
Right into it, yeah.
I really like, especially this part, how he's punctuating it.
Oh yeah. Going a little bit getting a little more vibrato, a little more scream to it.
Mm-hmm.
Which would make a lot of sense live too, because if it's at the ending of the song, you don't want to wear yourself out at the beginning.
Yeah, not just that, but it really changes it, because that chorus was much different than the rest of the choruses in the song. And as I was saying earlier, especially with this part right here, this album is very, album-centric.
What's that mean?
It's basically that it takes, the album goes kind of song to song, telling a story, so each song is going to lead into the next one. So that was Opiate. Phenomenal job with really just the way that they compose the song, not just writing.
Yeah, it flowed very well. I like that. And they're even, when they wanted to, they can slow it down and do the breakdown, but it was never boring.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Honestly, ignoring the the parts of the song, each individual musician, once you get to a certain like level of musicianship, I don't care how fast someone can play or how technical it is. Really, at the end of the day, it's composition. How well the song was composed and laid together. Like, each musician in this band is just, like, they're at the top of their game.
They're really good, man.
Yeah, they're really good. They're really good at what they do. And looking at that, you know, metal and just music in general is full of amazing musicians. But as I said, at the end of the day, no matter how good you are, if you can't write a good song, what's the point? So, alright, so the next song that we're going to listen to is Somnus.
Somnus. Sucks.
There you go again. Just give it some time, man. Kind of right into it.
Old one was better.
Oh yeah. You didn't listen to the old parts of the band, the old albums.
Terrible.
Oh, there we go again.
That's all you need to do to be a critic.
I guess so.
Yeah, that's it. Last one. Didn't you not like that one either? Oh, they caught me.
Flows really well.
James, he was getting it at the beginning. Yeah, dude.
Those guitars, though.
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, it's like connections to Periphery, but I like it because it stands on its own.
You know, I said it once, I'm going to say it again over and over again, but they just flow really well on this album. Forgive the dog. At least we got the phone off now, though.
Yeah, at least we got the phone off. That's good. That's
hopefully.
Good. Or is it?
We'll see. And flowed right into that again. Yeah, John Brown, man, props to you with that guitar. Same thing with Ollie Steele. It's fortunate / unfortunate, I guess, that he's no longer with the band, because he can kind of pursue his own future. And I read an interview, and I'll go into this later, that he kind of reached the end of his line with Monuments. A little bit of change here from the rest of the song, with Cizek specifically. That was kind of cool. Into a little bit of a breakdown here.
Well, you know, it might not be all bad. We might get 2 Monument bands out of it. Right.
Yeah. Steele does have his own YouTube channel. For all of you who are interested, I'll put a link down in the description. That was a nice, what is that called? Changeover, I think. But again, as we were saying earlier, that silence, you know, complete stop.
Yeah, those are trickier than people think. Everyone has to be on their shit about it too. They have to remember when, and then if just one person messes up, it just doesn't have that full effect.
Yeah.
You're trying to get in the very first place. Makes everything harder too. Especially when you go from like a dead stop into a breakdown. That's the point of the drop, actually.
Yeah. This little breakdown here. And this is going to end up leading into the next song. Of course, it's not going to be the song that we're listening to next, but as I said, man, album soundtrack with us. Yeah, so that was Somnus, a great Forgive the Dog. A great song. Oh my god, that dog.
So what'd you think about it?
I liked it. Personally,
yeah.
out of the two that we've listened to so far, it's my favorite. Forgive the Dog. Alright, so we're gonna start the next song called False Providence. Next time we put the dog in a space that he can't look outside, like in the room with us.
Building a vibe.
Mm-hmm. It just goes right into it in the beginning.
Yeah, I like that. It's a surprise. I like it when they surprise me. I don't like it when it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it stops. I like it just like it did.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Nice transition there. And, you know, this song, they don't have many of them, but this is actually a 6-string song. Majority of their songs are 7 and 8 string. Previous albums, the last album, I can't remember the name, Providence. They had like one song in there, that was the first song that they did with a 6-string guitar. And they're using a tuning here, I believe it's Dadgad, D-A-D, G-A-D. And that's... the majority of the strings are a little bit higher than standard tuning, I want to say. And it's pretty heavy still.
The more strings, the better.
Well, they actually have less strings.
They have less strings.
Yeah, this is a 6-string. This isn't a 7.
Don't all the guitars have it?
No, not all of them. There's 7-string guitars. Monuments, their main guitars are 7 strings.
Yeah.
This is nice. I like that hi-hat. I like that.
That little squealing. Or that just to fill it in.
Yeah.
Fill it in.
Andy can really bring it with his voice. They got that, oh, what is that called? A synth.
Oh, yeah. In the background there.
Yeah. Really kind of drove it home.
You know, these guys do choruses very well.
They really do. This was actually one of the singles that they released before they released the whole album. Looks like a nice little outro coming up here. Another minute left on the song. Okay. Mm-hmm.
I wonder wonder if they're gonna do anything, or will they just let it ride?
I don't know. Yeah, and this, yeah, so that was False Providence. It was a great song all around, really.
Yeah. Of the three, yeah, I probably do like the second one, Sameness. But all three were good.
Mm-hmm.
Monuments, haven't really heard anything too much about them. You talk about them all the time. I didn't personally listen to them before that, but I fuck with them. Yeah, I like them.
Yeah, they're a great band. I really think Andy really just drove it home with his voice. It's really fitting. Chris Beretta was great, but I really feel like Andy just brings a new level to the band with his voice.
It flowed very well. As I was pleasantly surprised when I couldn't time it. When they did some breakdowns, when they paused, I like that because I want to be surprised sometimes. You could kind of tell, right? I was saying before, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, and then it's like, oh yeah, they would typically put it right here. It's like, but sometimes it just went right into it, and it's like, why not? Yeah, the transition was spot on, and it was a surprise. I like that.
Yeah, to kind of chime in there, as a musician myself, I definitely like how they changed it up with this, because normally, whenever I listen to a chord progression, I can go like, okay, this is a 1 4 5, it's 1 4 5 2, 1 4 5 2, and 1 4 5, and into a new measure, and then they change it over, and it's really predictable. But with this, they just keep building up, and you can't really, as you said, you can't time it, because they're always changing it. And that's kind of been Monuments as a whole in a way, but just their chord progressions and the way that they laid out the song, especially how they compose it, their composition skills are astounding. And I've said it once, I'll say it twice, you can be a great musician, but if you can't compose, if you can't write a song, then what's the point?
It's all for naught.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you all for listening, and we'll see you for the next video whenever we do that.
Yeah, see you next time. Bye.